We select a father and son podcast.
Hello, and we are back, and we're ready to go. We skipped a week again, didn't we, Brody?
Yes.
The last one we had was the Power Rangers episode. Let me just tell you, that Power Rangers episode was really hard to edit. I'm going to be honest. The audio is pretty straightforward, but that video, if nobody's watched it yet, there's a lot of Power Rangers characters featured on that. Some Power Rangers characters I've never heard of.
Probably because you've not seen the Netflix ones that I saw.
Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot, I don't know, is it Dino Thunder?
Dino Fury.
Dino Fury.
Ninja Steel.
And
Cosmic Fury.
Cosmic Fury. And there's a guy with like crazy hair. I've never seen him before in my entire life.
Which one?
Like the guy with the crazy hair, like the scientist
Mick.
guy. Mick. Yeah, that's the...
He's an
Mick.
alien.
He's an alien. He looks like an alien. He looked like he'd been dragged through a hedge, if I'm being honest. So yeah, there's a lot, eye-opener on that. Realised there's not a lot. We had a good time talking about it. Just took a long while to edit. And then I think we were a bit exhausted, to be honest, going through it. And also we wanted to have a chance to kind of like research and understand our topic for this week. And what's the game this week, Brode?
Toree 3D and Toree 2.
Right. And do you want to explain to everybody out there who might not know what Toree 3D and Toree 2 actually are?
So they're platformers.
Yes, they are.
I find Toree 2 easier than Toree 1, which is Toree 3D.
So Toree 1 is called Toree 3D, and then you've got Toree 2. So you're quite right. We're going to talk about these platformers today that just kind of came out of nowhere, and I'll give a bit of background on them and what they're all about. Platforming-wise, Brody, is that something that you enjoy in your games?
Yeah, but in this one, it is a platformer and it is quite hard.
Yeah, and so what platformers have you played before?
The Illusion Island thing.
Yeah, Illusion Island.
Curse of the Sea Rats.
Curse of the Sea Rats is a bit of a platformer, isn't it? And you played Donkey Kong, things like that before, haven't you? That's a platformer. You also played a little bit of Ukulele.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty fun platformer as well out there. Maybe we'll cover that one day on the podcast, because another great one. And I love a good platformer, and these scratch that itch for me. And when we first discovered Toree 3D, which is the first one, we were quite surprised. And I did a little bit of research into what these games actually are. So let's get into it. So the guy that makes these games is one person, Brody, which must be quite exciting for you as somebody who's quite interested in game making. But this is one guy. He's called Marcus Horn. His company, I believe, is called Ciactro. So he made this game. And initially, this game, Toree 3D, was on a demo disc. It was a demo disc for the PlayStation 1, like a new version of a demo disc. And it was on like a horror demo disc. Because, that's right, Toree 3D is a horror game.
But it's not very... It's literally just got one thing.
Yeah, it's got a couple of jump scares in there, hasn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
And like a Grim Reaper that follows you around. But that's really it. Yeah, exactly right. So it's not
and
like
the Grim Reaper's smiling.
Yeah, it's not like a scary... I wouldn't say it's a particularly scary horror game, but it has that element of things that are a bit similar to what you're watching at the wrestling in the moment with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt. There's all that stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah, so we're expecting it will be Uncle Howdy.
We are expecting it will be Uncle Howdy on that. So what's your favourite part of Toree 3D? Let's talk about the first one. What's your favourite bits of it?
I like Toree 2 more.
Why do you like Toree 2 more than Toree 3D?
Well, I find the platform is quite easier on Toree 2, and my favourite level on Toree 2 is level 2.
My favourite level in the game, there's a couple, but snow levels, I really like them. We're sliding around, but I think that's in the first one, sliding around. And also any of the ones that involve traffic. There's like traffic ones we have to jump into different lanes. That's pretty fun as well. But I like it. You can get through levels in a couple of minutes, can't you, on both of these games? And then get to the end. You can try and beat your best time, and there are shortcuts to take. And the fact that this was made by one person, do you think that's pretty impressive?
Yeah.
Is this something that you'd like to make, a game like this in the future?
I don't know.
Do you know he's made other games as well?
What?
He's made MacBat 64. I think you've seen that.
Yeah, we have that.
And he's made Kiwi 64.
Yeah.
Which we also have that as well.
Which are the two other characters in the game.
That you can unlock, yes.
But strangely, every character has a power of the three except Toree. Toree's power is he's the main character and he's a chicken.
Yeah, well that's enough sometimes. Sometimes you just need to be a chicken and you can be successful at life.
Basically, Toree is the only one who doesn't have powers, but you have to play as Toree to unlock the other one, don't you? You have to play as the other one to unlock the other one.
Yes, and then you go through it. It's good to have things to unlock, isn't it, I think, in games. And Kiwi 64, which is his newest one, when I was doing the research for this podcast, I discovered that there's actually been an update, a free update called Doomsday to Kiwi 64. So I might actually go back and play that. Maybe we'll cover Kiwi 64 as well, because I don't remember getting too far in that, and that's based on like the N64. Whereas these games, Toree 3D and Toree 2, are based on the PlayStation 1. And you can see that in the graphics, can't they? They're not cutting edge graphics. What do you think of the graphics in Toree 3D and Toree 2, Brody?
Well, I think I like Toree's graphics more, but I've not played the Kiwi one. I've only played a little bit of the MacBack one.
Yeah, and do you like them?
Not really the MacBack one, but I like the Toree.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think MacBack, well, that was one of his earlier ones, maybe. It doesn't really grab me as much as Toree 3D and Toree 2 have. And then again with Kiwi 64. And I would recommend to anybody picking these up. And you know why, Brody?
Why?
Because they cost less than £1 each.
Oh yeah, because they aren't the best graphics, but they're supposed to be like that, I would say.
It's intentional by him. And also, they play fantastic. You can get through them quite quickly, but it's just super addictive, super fun. And if you've only got a couple of quid in the bank and you want something to play, it's perfect, isn't it? You know, you don't need to spend money on these £40 games. When someone's putting out something as good as this for less than £1, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Kiwi 64, I think, is a bit more. I think that's a couple of quid. It's about £3, £2. But again,
that's still cheap for a game.
That's still cheap for a game, and get some enjoyment out of it, especially if you took the time to put an update into it. So I'm going to go and check that out on Kiwi 64. I was looking to see if he's done any sort of updates on Toree and things like that, but nothing on Switch. He's done a few PC updates and things, but yeah. So hopefully in the next game he does, what would you like to see?
A Toree 3.
You want to see a Toree 3? More of the same? Do you want to have the same sort of thing, or would you like to see
Yeah,
him...
I like the same sort of thing.
Same sort of thing, because these are straight up platformers, aren't they? You collect things, you get the quickest times, and that's really all it needs.
But the problem is, I've got stuck on the second one in the lava level.
Yeah, because the platforming there's very hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when
and you constantly fall.
It's when you get to the things where there's the moving bits and like go up and down, and there's the lava things that shoot up.
Yeah, and these sort of games, although they're fun, they do have, I don't know about you, Brody, but they have the ability to make you quite angry, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of platforming, and you know it's a good platformer. And sometimes you have to switch it off, don't you, and go, I'll come back to that.
Yeah, I usually switch off and go to a game I know what I'm good at.
Yes.
Like an Utopia.
Something that's chill. A nice relaxing RPG or something normally is best after you've done a really difficult platformer.
And or something you've completed and you've just going to do stuff again to get more things because you don't have everything yet.
No, and...
the game.
It's great. The games are great though, and eventually as you go through them, you will get past that. I think these are some of the best games available on the Switch for the cheapest amount you would pay. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, I mean, we haven't covered this, but there is a lot of not very good games on the Switch, isn't there?
Yeah, what was it called? The game with the hat guy and the animals.
Are we talking about Balan Wonderworld?
Yep.
Wonderland again. Balan Wonderland Wonderworld is a game that costs a lot, but that is a bad game.
Yeah.
It's really bad, makes you sick. That's a platformer that makes you sick.
I don't recommend it.
I don't recommend that, but I do recommend this. I imagine Balan Wonderworld took a lot more money to make than this one man, Marcus Horn, and Ciactro took to make these games.
But I think Toree is definitely better than that game.
Oh, 100%. It seems like there's a lot of passion been put into this game, and I'm sure there was passion put into Balan Wonderworld. But
it's just not. It's going to cause you a headache.
Yes, these games won't cause you a headache. The camera control's super good. The graphics are intentional for what they look like, and the gameplay loop is fantastic. So go out, pick them up. We've enjoyed playing them. I'm going to go back to, as I said, in the coming weeks as well, especially Kiwi 64. Looking forward to jumping back into that. So next time, what are we going to talk about?
Mario and the Thousand Year Door. The remake on the Nintendo Switch.
That's right. We're going to talk about Paper Mario, the newest released one, which is the Thousand Year Door remake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a remake of
or
the old
remake, one. Reimagining, remaster, all of the above. But yes, it's super addictive, super fun. Currently playing through it, both of us at the moment, aren't we? So hopefully by the time we record next time, we'll have got a little bit further, or maybe finished it. Maybe, we'll see. Took a little while for us to finish Origami King, didn't it?
Yeah, and I know this is completely off topic. It is a Mario game though, but Luigi Mansion,
Wii Mansion?
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. Is that a mansion of Wii's?
Luigi...
Nintendo just put a load of old Wii's in a mansion and went, That'll do.
Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, yeah. I wonder where all the Wii's went in the world.
It took a while for us to finish 2, didn't it?
It did take us a while to finish 3. It was 3, not 2, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was. Luigi Mansion 3.
Yeah, it was Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, we didn't finish Luigi Mansion 2 because it's on the DS.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about Luigi's Mansion 2.
What were you talking about?
I was saying that it took us a long time to complete Luigi's Mansion 2, as in it took us a long time to complete it.
Oh, complete Luigi's Mansion 2. I understand. So it took us a little while to complete Luigi's Mansion 3 too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not playing Luigi's Mansion 2.
And the reason we completed it is because we just sat there playing it, didn't we?
We played it a long time, didn't we? We pretty much spent a whole day once just playing it from the morning we woke up to the time we went to sleep.
Yeah, and we completed it.
And we did complete that. And that was a super fun game. Luigi's Mansion 2 is being re-released on the Switch, isn't it?
Yeah.
So upgraded graphics. So that's out soon. And I'm sure we'll pick that up. Obviously for podcast purposes. And we'll put it down as a expense.
And maybe sometime we'll do Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, I'm sure we will get a chance to talk about that. I mean, we've got a lot scheduled, haven't we, coming up in the coming months or so. We've got some great plans. We don't need to tell people about them right now. I can see you're itching at the bit to tell people what we want to talk about, but let's keep it all a bit of a surprise. And if you haven't already, please like us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify. And then, sure, check out those videos on YouTube because they do take a while for us to get created and uploaded. So that's why sometimes it takes a little bit longer than the Spotify upload. But hopefully I'll be starting to enjoy them.
Because we have to add pictures on the YouTube one.
Well, we don't have to. We like to make it as fun for people as we can.
Except the Dizzy one, but that was before we had the idea of doing pictures, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. And we've progressed as we go, but now
we've also changed our background.
We've changed our background. We've edited it. We've done a lot of improvements to it. And as we push forward, we're now on week. Is this week 10? I think it is. I think we're in
week 10. Yeah.
I think we're in double digits. So super congratulations to us, Brody, for us having a podcast that's now lasted 10 weeks.
No, actually, we've lasted for more than 10 weeks. We had the song and the special too.
And we were ill and we missed a week. So yeah, it's been at least 3 months or so, hasn't it, of us doing this? And we're having a blast, aren't we, doing these?
Yeah.
Especially because we can go away and we play these games, then we come back and have a chat about them. Or there's games that we've played that we really want to talk about and we haven't ever really spoken about, like Toree and Toree 2.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Sorry, I've frozen there for a second. I think my batteries ran out. I'm trying to segue into saying goodbye, but it's really hard when you're in a flow and it's really difficult. Do you want to say goodbye, Brody?
Goodbye.
And until next time, everyone.
Game Select the Father and Son Podcast.